Welcome to The Explainer from Hualer J. Tashi. Today we're putting a true media giant, News Corp, right under the microscope. We're going to find out how it plans to not just survive, but maybe even thrive in an industry that's basically on fire.
To really get a handle on any media company today, you have to understand the world they're living in. And the Reuters Institute put it perfectly. It's a media crucible. AI isn't just another new technology. It's pouring gasoline on a fire that was already burning pretty hot.
So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with those huge industry-wide pressures, then we'll pop the hood on News Corp's diverse business. After that, we'll look at their strategy, dig into the massive fight over AI, follow the money, and then we'll give you our final take.
Okay, let's dive right into the heat of that crucible. There are really two massive forces at play right now, and they're both shaking the very foundations of the media business.
First up, what some are calling the Great Referral Collapse. For years, media outlets got a ton of their readers from social media. Well, that fire hose has been turned way down. In 2023, traffic from Facebook just plummeted by 48%. From X, down 27%. That's a vital pipeline of readers and ad money, just gone.
And then there's this, generative AI. Instead of giving you a bunch of links to click, search engines are starting to just give you the answer directly. This right here is what Google is testing. It's super convenient for you, the user, right? But for publishers, it's a nightmare. It could cut them out of the loop completely.
So with those two threats looming, it's really not surprised that the mood in the industry is tense. Less than half of media execs say they're confident about the year ahead. I mean, you can't blame them. They're getting hit with rising costs, falling ad revenue, and now this existential threat to how they even reach an audience. It's a perfect storm.
So, the big question is, how does a behemoth like News Corp build itself to survive a storm like that? Well, the answer is really in how its business is put together. See, News Corp's main line of defense is diversification. This is not just a newspaper company. It's this portfolio that balances those big legacy news brands like the Wall Street Journal with totally different businesses, like high-growth digital real estate and the very steady book publisher HarperCollins. It's a strategic cushion, really, meant to absorb shocks from any one area.
And this really shows you their hybrid DNA, right? You've got the old-school, trusted newspaper on one hand and the sleek, modern digital platform on the other. It's a classic playbook. Use the cash and credibility from your established brands to build your future in digital. And this approach gives them some serious advantages. They're dominant in Australian digital real estate. They're a world leader in financial news with Dow Jones. They've got a powerhouse publisher in HarperCollins. All that adds up to nearly $10 billion in revenue. That's the kind of scale you need to compete on a global stage.
Okay, so you're facing these massive industry headwinds. What's the game plan? Well, News Corp isn't just sitting back. They have a very clear, multi-part strategy to fight back.
The plan really boils down to four main things. 1. Go directly to the consumer and grow those digital subscriptions. 2. Lean into the power of their famous, trusted brands. 3. Defend their content, their intellectual property, like their life depends on it. Because, well, it does. And 4. Keep finding new ways to make money that don't rely on old-school ads.
And, this strategy is actually working. Just look at their flagship, the Wall Street Journal. It's now got over 4.1 million digital-only subscribers. That's up 9% in a year. It's proof that if you have high-quality content people need, they will pay for it.
And that brings us to the biggest disruptor of all, artificial intelligence. For a company like News Corp, AI is both a terrifying threat and maybe a massive new opportunity. And it's sparking an absolutely huge battle over copyright.
This slide really shows the fundamental shift that's happening. The old way was all about getting clicks from Google and Facebook to sell ads. The new model? It's about licensing your entire library of content, decades of it, to AI companies. The very definition of what that content is worth is being rewritten as we speak.
And this isn't just some academic debate. This is a fight for survival playing out in court. The New York Times' huge lawsuit against OpenAI really gets to the heart of it. Did they use the Times' content to train their AI, or did they steal it? The answer to that question is going to set the rules of the road for everyone.
So what's News Corp's move here? Well, they're playing offense. They see unauthorized AI training as a massive threat, and they are actively chasing licensing deals.
But here's the interesting part. They're also making a bet that as the internet gets flooded with junk AI content, the value of their trusted, human-made journalism will actually go up.
A good strategy is one thing, but does it actually show up on the balance sheet? Now we're going to follow the money and see what News Corp's performance and its own stated risks tell us.
Okay, first, just a quick disclaimer. What we're about to discuss is for educational purposes only. It is not financial or investment advice, and any decisions you make based on this are strictly at your own risk. All right, let's get into it.
These numbers tell a fascinating story. Total revenues are up a modest 2%, but look at net income. It's up an incredible 279%. So what's going on? We'll look closer. The old-school advertising revenue is down 2%, but that high-margin subscription revenue is up 3%. This suggests the strategy is working. They're swapping out lower-profit ad money for more valuable subscription dollars, probably cutting costs at the same time, and it's having a huge effect on the bottom line.
Now, of course, the company isn't hiding from the challenges. In its official filings, it lists all the risks, from tough competition to the ad market decline. But what's really telling is they specifically call out the unauthorized use of their IP by AI as a major threat. That tells you this is something they are taking very, very seriously.
So we've seen the fire, we've seen the machine, we've seen the strategy. The big question is, will News Corp be forged into something new and stronger by this media crucible? Or will it get broken?
It all boils down to this one central tension. On one hand, they have stability from their trusted brands and diverse businesses. But on the other, they have to innovate and adapt faster than the technology that's trying to turn their core product, information, into a free commodity. That's the race they're in.
And this leaves us with the billion-dollar question, not just for News Corp, but for the entire media world. In an age of AI, is a huge library of trusted, human-created content an unbreakable fortress? Or is it just a treasure chest that's ripe for the picking? The answer to that is going to define everything. Thanks for watching. If you found this explainer valuable, please follow our channel, Waller Gay Toshi, and make sure you like and share this video.